This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Thursday, the 17th day of January in the year 2019. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Opposition leader Barra Jagdeo is maintaining his position that the government should resign and prepare for elections within 90 days. And now he believes that the Guyana Elections Commission is being influenced by the government not to start elections preparations. The Elections Commission has not issued any formal statement about its readiness for early elections. Representatives of the president and the opposition leader are to meet with the Elections Commission to get information on its readiness. That meeting is still to take place, as GCOM's chairman remains on medical leave. At his press conference today, Mr. Jagdeo said the Elections Commission may now be involved in a delaying tactic.
We believe what is taking place now in GCOM is that the government is heavily influencing GCOM not to start the preparations for elections in 90 days. I've notified the international community to this possibility. I know that they have had some discussions with GCOM on this matter.
The opposition leader said the chief elections officer has indicated that he would have to await a statutory meeting before the meeting with the two representatives from the government and opposition could take place. The opposition sees that as a delaying tactic, noting that he is sure the CEO could call the chairman and move ahead with the meeting.
He cannot pick up the phone and call the chairman and say, there's been a request. It's part of a joint statement between the president and the opposition leader. They want to meet about GCOM's readiness. Can I meet with them? That would have been the simplest thing to do. So we have a huge hurdle now. And we have to, at some point in time, decide whether we want to pursue this charade or just withdraw from it totally. Because somehow the government is using all of these things, our willingness to engage and to be helpful and to reach out, to use it maybe to further delay these elections.
Mr. Jagdeo also used his press conference to clarify that there was no agreement at the meeting between himself and the president on how the arms of the state should continue to function.
That is not true. We did not reach any agreement as to how the two branches of the government will function, the executive branch and the legislative branch. And if you read the press statement, the joint press statement that was issued after, you will see what I'm saying is the truth.
Jagdeo said he's still holding the government to a 90-day deadline for elections, although there is a challenge before the court. He said preparations should be underway in spite of the court cases, and the government needs to know that it is in a caretaker mood. The government has said there is no provision in the Constitution for any caretaker government, and it will remain the government until the next government is in place. More news coming up in a moment.
The power of digital transformation at Canto's 35th AGM and Mini Expo. On January 27th to 30th, 2019, be at the forefront of change as we discuss transitioning to a digital region, opportunities and challenges with co-host GTT at the Marriott Hotel Guyana. Network with C-level delegates and thought leaders. Explore emerging technologies at our Mini Expo. Attend the GSMA workshop and more. Register today at www.canto.org.
Get ready to ride it, ride it. Ready to ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride it, ride the wave. Open up the new vibe, drink up the boldness inside. Radical and fresh and wild. Catch the wave now. Ride bold, ride fresh, ride strong. Come on, ride the wave. Taste the action, satisfaction, perfection. Wave, wave, wave.
Ride the new wave of excitement sweeping Guyana. Wave Pale Ale, a premium, full-bodied, strong and refreshing alcoholic brew, crafted to perfection for a bold, young, radical you. Don't settle for anything less. Catch a Wave Pale Ale and ride it today.
Wave Pale Ale.
Crafted to perfection.
Roam like you're home, because prepaid means more with GTT. Travel to any GTT roam zone in the US, Canada, Caribbean, Latin America, or South America, and pay the same great rates to use your data from foreign as you do when you're home. With GTT, prepaid means more, so roam like you're home with GTT, Guyana's preferred roaming network.
Welcome back. The Private Sector Commission of Guyana wants the chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission to assure the nation that the commission is fully prepared to host elections within 90 days. In a statement last evening, the business group said it has given serious and continuing consideration to the no confidence motion and vote which took place in the National Assembly back in December, and it notes the requirement that elections should take place within 90 days of the passage of the motion. According to the Commission, it wishes to remind the nation that unless otherwise ruled by the court or decided upon by a motion passed by a 2/3 majority of the National Assembly, the Guyana Elections Commission must be fully prepared to conduct the elections within a 90-day period of time, and it wants the chairman of GCOM to assure the nation that the Commission is so fully prepared. The chairman of GCOM is currently on medical leave. He's expected to meet soon with representatives of the president and the opposition leader on the readiness of the Elections Commission to host elections. The two leaders met last week and reached a number of agreements, among them that their representatives would meet with the Elections Commission. The validity of the no confidence motion and vote is currently being challenged in the court. Declaring that his party did not bribe former Member of Parliament Charandas Persad to vote along with it during the no confidence motion against the government, PPP General Secretary and Opposition Leader Barrett Jagdeo today said if there are concerns about a former MP being bribed, he would support an impartial investigation of the matter. Persad ran from Guyana the morning after he voted along with the opposition against his own government. Since his departure, accusations and claims of him being bribed have surfaced. He has denied the allegations. However, he has admitted to making plans to purchase $1 million worth of raw gold, but claims those plans were being made for a client of his legal firm. Persad has also admitted that he met with gold dealers to get information about a shipment of gold to Canada. Persad is now residing in Canada and is a citizen of that country. At his press conference today, opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo was questioned about the Charandas Persad revelations and the police probe that is underway.
The People's Progressive Party, or Jagdeo, any member of parliament on our side, did not bribe Charandas to vote that way. That is clear as daylight. There was absolutely no bribery. And so we are clear, we have conscience. You have to have an impartial investigation. If you have that impartial investigation and there is that finding, but not from the PPP, I'm sure about that, then that's a different matter.
Mr. Jagdeo said he does not believe that the Minister of Public Security, who is part of the government, or the officers who report to him should be in charge of that investigation. He said he would prefer to see someone from outside of Guyana carry out an impartial investigation.
I would call for an impartial investigation. If there is an impartial investigation, the allegation has been made by the government, don't have Ramjatan being the sole source of the information and it being done by people who are his subordinates. How could you have, especially from a man who wants to cling on to power at all costs, and he's publicly shown that. You have to have an impartial investigation.
The opposition leader said he would deal with the results of an impartial investigation on its merit and would not want to speculate before such an investigation could take place. The government believes that Persad might have received some financial inducement to vote in line with the opposition. Persad maintains that there was no bribery and there was nothing wrong with his inquiries about purchasing $1 million worth of gold and having it exported to Canada days before the no confidence vote. Let's tell you now that the Chetty Jagan International Airport is reporting that 2018 recorded the highest rate of passenger movement through the country's main airport ever. Between January and December of last year, over 630,000 passengers were processed, as compared to just over 592,000 in 2017. The airport said those figures represent a 7% increase in passenger movement over a one-year period. Additionally, for the first time, arriving passengers represented a large percentage of the total number. The airport saw the arrival of 325,800 passengers last year, representing a 9% increase over the previous year. Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson said he believes the government's sound economic policies and its unwavering advocacy for an enabling environment for investors, including the introduction of a new airline, are responsible for the increase in travel to Guyana. He said a number of national festivals and other events would have also contributed to the increased travel. The Cheddi-Jagan International Airport is now undergoing major expansion works, which have seen new and improved arrival and departure areas being built. The airport's runway has also been extended to accommodate larger aircraft. And finally tonight, even as law enforcers are seeking to crack down on the use and sale of ecstasy pills, they continue to face hurdles in the prosecuting of persons found with the drug. Attorneys for persons accused of dealing with the drug have been arguing that it is covered under the Narcotics Act. In court today, Lonsdale Hope and his common-law wife Shelley Ann Gilges were freed of charges related to the possession of ecstasy pills. Their attorney Dexter Todd successfully argued that the charges against them were bad in law, since ecstasy is not prohibited under the Narcotics Act. He told the court that if the authorities want to charge anyone for the sale or trafficking of ecstasy, they must first include it into the laws. The argument by the attorney was ruled as compelling by Magistrate Annette Singh, and she dismissed the charges against the couple. The two were charged back in April after it was alleged that they had 66 grams of ecstasy pills in their possession for the purpose of trafficking. The two were traveling in a car when they were intercepted by the police, and the drug was found in the car. The couple walked out of the courthouse today without making any comments. And that's your evening news bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.